Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome again to Ron's Opinion Don't Matter. Man, it's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day. God is good. God is good. I'm blessed. Blessed to be here. Thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for life, health, and strength. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. I mean, I wouldn't change my salvation for anything. What's up, Jeanette? How you doing? God bless you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's a beautiful day, and I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful to God. Wanted to get on here and just enjoy myself. Enjoy myself. I know a lot of people. Hey, what's up, Dover Dogs? What's going on, Delaware Dogs? In the house. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Yes, 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 yes. Of course, I tried it when it's funny. There's always some hot topic that's flying around. Just for real in the building. How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. There's always hot topics flying around. And one thing I always try to do is before I react to something or say something about a subject, I usually give it time to play out just to see, where things are at or what's happening with that. Because sometimes when you so quick to react to something, you don't get all of the, you don't get all of the pieces, all the information the way that you wanted that should have been actually given out. So what ends up happening is a lot of times you find yourself reacting too fast. And the reason why I bring that up is this: when it comes to politics, and I still to this day don't get the Democrats with this one. No matter how many times you try to explain to them, Trump knows y'all playbook, they still keep using the same playbook. That to me is insane. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't care. I'm glad they keep doing it. I'm glad. And I'm watching video of this guy interviewing people in America protesting Trump getting the dictator in Venezuela, arresting them and stuff like that, which should have been done a while ago, but whatever. I'm watching this guy out there protesting, and then they asked him a question. Well, you're protesting against Trump going to get him over there. And how do you feel about the people in Venezuela celebrating the fact that Trump did it? Now you're protesting against them arresting this guy, but that's why we always say that these are paid actors, because 9 times out of 10, when you interview these people on the street that's out there protesting, they have no idea what the hell they protesting about. How are you out there protesting the fact that against the fact that Trump grabbed this man and arrested him, and saying that, oh yeah, he's wrong for doing that, and y'all protesting and saying that Trump is a dictator, but when he goes to the country and remove a dictator, y'all mad that he removed the dictator. And then he turns around, the people in that country are celebrating by the hundreds of thousands and happy about it. Venezuela, they happy and excited about it. And you couldn't respond to the fact that they was happy and excited about it. That goes to show me how much of a paid actors these people really are. And my thing is this: it's one thing to pay me to do a job. It's another thing to pay me to be stupid. You get what I'm saying? It's one thing to pay me to do a job, but it's another thing to pay me to be stupid and ignorant. At some point, that stupidity and ignorance might have a major impact on your life when all of that money runs out and you got to go out there and do a real job or sell yourself, and they see the fact that you're doing stupid stuff like this, and it's like, all right, they made you believe that this was going to last forever. And my thing is this: you're in your country, in America, protesting the best leadership we've had in a very, very long time, as if he's doing something so detrimental. And my thing, he's been there for a whole year now. He's been in office for a whole year now. Where's all this stuff they keep talking about, all the bad stuff that they said was going to happen? Where's it at? Where's the dictatorship? I have yet to see it. The economy is roaring back like he said it would. The border is closed like he said it would. Illegal immigration is cut out of here, and they're packing them up and shipping them back to their country. So where's the dictatorship? Where is it? Where is it? They have no leg to stand on, and all they do is that's why even when they come to my channel, I laugh at them because all they got is insults and insults. They have nothing of substance. Where's the dictatorship? And then they turn around and say, "Oh, now the Trump administration is going to go over there. Now they want to control that country, right?" Hey, what's up, Joyce? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. They saying Trump administration wanted to go over there and be a dictator in that country. They don't even know the history of that country and the relationship that America had with that country. If it would not been for America, Venezuela wouldn't be what it is today. I'm talking about as far as their development. See, they don't realize that America is the reason why Venezuela found out how to get that oil. They didn't know how to get that oil on the ground. America was a partake in that. And that's the reason why we do business. They did business with America. We sent over there and we showed them how to get that stuff out the ground. Yes, way better than what we had, Janet. We went over there and showed them how to get that oil out the ground. And how to refine it. And Britain sent the equipment. America did that. So when people start talking about all this other stuff, you don't know how much America has helped this country. And my thing is this. If you listen to Joe Biden and them, what's her name? John Pierre or whatever her name is, I don't even know. Yes, Joyce, you're absolutely right. And my point is that the point that I'm trying to make is this: is that if you're going to start talking about dictatorship, that they were dictators, and I'm not saying he was the only one because I think there was another one that was a dictator over there. But my thing is this: is that this is where y'all. Sometimes they keep trying to make America out to be the enemy. And in reality of America has done a lot of great things for other countries too. They always say, "Oh, America's doing some slimy, dirty stuff." All right, that's maybe true in some instances, but don't forget all of the wonderful and great things that America has done for its own country and other countries. But no one wants to talk about that stuff. And the fact that those people over there are liberated and celebrate. Listen, if they would have tried to fight against their government over there, they would have been imprisoned or better yet, put on the street and put a bullet in their head. And then you got people over in America protesting to put those people back in that circumstance. Make that make sense? If they under real dictatorship, meaning they can't even speak what their truth, and they can't speak out against the government because out of fear of the government putting them out in the middle of the street and putting a bullet in their head, or whatever, prosecuting them for, or whatever they're doing to them, basically becoming a tyrant. Y'all here in America can't protesting for them to go back into that situation by releasing this man and putting them back in the power over there. Make that make sense. Make it make sense. Exactly. That's my whole point. And I guarantee you that people that's in America, so-called protesting and stuff, had no idea what they protested. They really don't. They're clueless. But I want y'all to hear something.
Where Maduro
I want y'all to hear something.
Once again demonstrated his to Venezuela, where Maduro once again demonstrated his complete disregard for democratic norms and proceeded with his illegitimate inauguration. As President Biden emphasized during his meeting with President-elect Edmundo Gonzalez Urrutia on Monday, January 6, we believe that it is essential that the will of the Venezuelan people is respected. In coordination with our partners, we've given Maduro and his representatives every opportunity to restore democracy, but they haven't. So today we are building on all of our previous actions and taking further major actions. We announced new sanctions on key Maduro-aligned officials as a part of our efforts to hold them accountable, and we imposed more visa restrictions totaling nearly 2,000 individuals.
But now the Democrats have a problem with it. So why all of a sudden now they got a problem with it? What changed? What changed? Now this is out of their mouth, their press secretary's mouth. What changed? Why all of a sudden? See, the thing about it is again, it's because it's Trump. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with right and wrong. It has everything to do with their hate for one individual, because most people hate truth. Most people hate truth. Most people hate truth. That's the difference. Not this unemployment maggot again. I told you here they come with the jokes, but they don't. Again, unemployed maggot. Why are you trying to find out whether I got a job or not? YouTube is the job that I have, and you're still here. YouTube is the job that I have, and you're still here. You know, you can easily unfollow. You can easily go to do something else. What's going on, King? How you doing? God bless you. God bless you. Welcome in, Chopper. You keep saying it, but you here. RM is always here saying what you're saying, but you keep coming back here. And if you don't like what I'm saying, why you keep coming back? In the hood, we say, why you on my top? That's what we say in the hood. But you hear commenting back and forth. But I'm the dummy. I'm the dummy, but you hear commenting back and forth. Always. Make it make sense. You are a white man's toy. You aren't from any hood, buddy. Yeah, well, I tell you what, come down to Philadelphia area and find out what EA all day means. City of Philadelphia, broad and airy, EA all day long. You find out what that means, and you're gonna find out real quick what that means. Now I can tell you right now, Joyce, we got cartel in our government. If you really start connecting all of these dots, you're going to find out how corrupt the government really is. Because there's no way in the world you can say all of this as a press secretary and that still go on after the fact. See, the thing about it is that that's the reason why they wanted Joe Biden in office, because they knew that he was senile and incompetent and wouldn't know what was going on. That's the reason why they had the auto pen going, so that they can just keep passing stuff through and then not being checked, not really checked. But in order to pull a lot of this stuff off, you have to have a president that's senile, that don't know what's going on, and he just allowing it to go on because he's just happy he got the job finally. He don't care how it's rained. He just wanted the title. That's it. He didn't care about the job he had to do. All he cared about was, I want to be president and I got the title. And everybody else was doing what they want to do. That's the reason why we have what we have right now. That's the reason why they was able to get away with what they get away with. Nobody's being prosecuted. Nobody's being checked. Nobody's going to jail. Why? And all of them stealing. Robbing and stealing people without a gun. And then meanwhile, they out there pushing and spewing propaganda while they're all taking money. And if you look at all of this stuff that's going on, listen, if you are an American citizen, forget your skin color for a minute. I want you to think about what I'm saying. Get off the skin color stuff and listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. If you are American, stop letting these people take advantage of your country, and they're not doing anything for your country. Stop letting these politicians lie to you and spew to. Listen, the news are in on all of this stuff. All of the mainstream media are in on it. They will sit there and try and lie in your face, and I've seen it over and over and over again, and have you believe in this stuff. Meanwhile, they're the ones stealing. If you want to know why it's so hard for you as an American citizen over here, find out why is it so easy for illegal immigrants to get it, and why is it so hard for American citizens to get it? Why they're so willing to give all of this stuff to the legal immigrants and not willing to fight and do everything for you? And now, and every time I say this stuff, never do you find since the Trump administration been in office, everything that he's done has been more beneficial to American citizens than anyone else. That's how you fight for your people. But yet you still here. If again, you're still here. You keep saying it, but you're still here. You're still here. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you can easily shut down the video and go ahead about your business. You don't know what I do on a regular basis. And my thing is this. Hey, listen, I'll tell you one thing about it. Because Trump got back in office, my investments are doing very, very well. Oh, I'm benefiting very, very well. Yes, we are. I don't care if Trump, listen, at the end of the day, Trump can call me a stupid Negro. As long as my finances are doing well, as long as my country is being safe, and long as he's doing the right thing by the country, I live in America. See, my thing is this: I don't let words affect me to the point where I hate this guy because of what he said. I don't care. I'm looking at what he's doing. See, that's y'all. That's sensitive people. They get offended by every little thing somebody said in his mouth. First of all, and you can't even tell me what he said that. But I'm gonna go with what you said anyway. But again, and I've had people say a whole lot of nice stuff in my face, and guess what ended up doing? They was robbing and stealing at the same time. Obama said a whole lot of nice stuff. Meanwhile, he put every female in America in harm's way. Every single female in America he put in harm's way. But he said we want to protect women's health. Meanwhile, he made it impossible for trifling crazy men to go in the bathrooms with women. See, it's one thing what you say out your mouth, is another thing what you're actually doing. They need to deport they can try. That's why I love the Second Amendment. And I'm not saying that they can't come and take me nowhere, but at least they're going to be met with some form of a threat. They should deport ineffective men like me. Yeah, they can try. And guess what? As long as you stay here, I make money. See, right now, you are giving me the most precious thing that you have, your time. And I appreciate it. I really do. And I always say this. I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. Because, listen, the most valuable thing that you have right now is your time. And you chose to spend it on my life. I appreciate it. That's real talk. I appreciate it. So if you spend 5 minutes on my live, that's 5 minutes of your life you'll never get back. I own it now. It's mine. You'll never get it back. You spent it on me. See, that's the most valuable thing you have, but yet you chose to spend it on me. And yet y'all come here all the time, and I like it. So if you got a problem with me, obviously you want me to make money because you're here. Because they're special. They don't know what they stand for. See, my thing is this: if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. And that's why they fall for it, because they don't know what they stand for. Yeah, again, Here we go with the January 6th. Meanwhile, they never tell you the whole story. Like what Trump said. When that January 6th thing happened, he contacted the law enforcement. He contacted Nancy Pelosi, the two people that was in charge, the people that was in charge of bringing in the new National Guard. He even tweeted out that, listen, we think it's going to be more people here than there is. And he asked every single person to protest peacefully. But yet they keep bringing up January 6th as if that did not happen. See, my thing is this: you can sell bullcrap to somebody that don't know. You can't sell it to me because I know what happened. Trump did not cause an insurrection. Nancy Pelosi was the one that was mostly responsible. And then you're not even counting the fact that they had spies in there, people in there to try to cause it. But yet, y'all don't want to talk about that neither. See, that my thing is this: y'all mentally messed up. I love it. I love it. Look at it. Again, they only got name calling. They ain't got no substance, just name calling. Love it. Make sure y'all hit that like button though. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button though, because I know y'all be back tomorrow. I'm gonna bust all y'all over your face, whatever. Yeah, you're right. But again, y'all here. Okay, there we go. Another one. 40.6% unemployment. Child infant mortality rising. U.S. dollar down percent. All bullcrap. Now, again, unemployment expected. I knew that was going to go up. You know why it was going to go up? Because a lot of these illegal immigrants can't go out there and go to work no more. Number one, that's what happens when you cut government and you cover government wasteful spending. Guess what? The people that's been milking the system is going to lose jobs. So I'm okay with the unemployment rate going up. I'm 100% okay with that, because that tells me when I look at the amount of people that ain't working under government for bullcrap jobs that should not be there, that's an expectation. But look at the economy roaring back. Matter of fact, somebody told me they went to go to a restaurant and eat, and it was extremely crowded. It was extremely crowded. When the last time I seen a restaurant crowded, I don't know. He just sent National Guard to everything. That's cool. I'm okay with it. Yep. Nancy Pelosi was the one. Look at that. I love it. I love it. Right, exactly. My thing is this: all that money that Black Lives Matter made off of the propaganda, millions and millions of dollars that Black Lives Matter made. Guess what? How much of that did it go to the black communities? Zero. But yet you still here. You know your time is precious. And you probably should not waste it on people you don't agree with. You should probably go look for someone that agree with your frame of thought. No, I didn't. I didn't change my underwear today. I didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. Defend what? What am I supposed to defend? And my thing is this. That's what I was getting ready to get to, Joyce. I didn't even feel like getting into it, but I'm going to tell you like this. They never talk about all of the 40% of black children that was been aborted because of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party wanted all black children so bad that they opened up an abortion clinic at the DNC. They said, come to the DNC and off your baby. That's how much they love destruction and murder and killing and orphan children. That's how much they love it. That's how you know they work for Satan. At the DNC, they opened up an abortion clinic right outside there. Say, look, come vote for us. Come support and vote for us so we can help you and coach you on how to off your baby. Make it make sense. Want to be white so bad. Name one thing I said that's white. Why do you think what I say is white? What does that have to do with anything? What does anything that I had to say has anything to do with white, Ryan? Somewhere along. So you think everything that I'm talking about is a white thing? Why do you get that impression? How is it that your mind is so narrow that you think everything that's coming out of my mouth has anything to do with white? What are you talking about? He could not have sent them. Nancy Pelosi's job was to send them. He told her to send them. That was her job. Brainwashed excuses. What economy is going? The economy is going very well. Very well. It ain't, honestly speaking, if you look for a job and you put in the work and you know, if you actually know how to interview, because all I hear is jobs called, listen, jobs are always hiring. There's a whole bunch of people hiring. My thing is this. If you did not well prepare yourself, if you don't know how to sell yourself, and if you're going on interviews and you're not getting hired, 9 times out of 10 is because how you selling yourself. And my thing is this, just like my father told me, if they don't hire, if you can't find a job, then you create one yourself. It's what you do. If you can't find a job, you create one yourself. That's why you're supposed to have skill and you're supposed to have talent. Don't waste your time every single day not doing anything productive and learning how to do stuff. So if somebody won't hire you, you create your own business and hire yourself. Find something that you can do and do it well, and people was willing to pay for it. That's it. You don't have to rely on somebody giving you a job. You can create one for yourself and others. If you don't know the Constitution, all right, do you know the Constitution? Listen, I put it to you like this. Number one, I do know the Constitution. That's why I know that 100% so far, the president has not violated one. See, when you violate the Constitution, the one thing that you would, if he was trying to be a king or a dictator, right? Now, you talking about violating the Constitution. Why in the world did Obama become president, but yet nobody voted? No, I'm not even going to say Obama. I'm going to get there. Kamala Harris, nobody voted for her. How did she become the front row of the Democratic Party when you start talking about the Constitution? All the ones that keep talking about the Constitution never look at the party that keep violating it. When they told you to stay in the house because of some type of so-called virus, they violated their Constitution because they put you under government tyranny when they decided that you could not keep your livelihood based on a disease. That was right there a violation of your rights. That was tyranny. But so when you start talking about violating in the Constitution, why y'all didn't stand up against them when they did it? Because I did. I'm not doing none of that. When they told you to take that jab, that was a violation of your rights. They tell you, oh, they sit there and say, oh, my body, my right. So where was your body and your right when it came to taking that jab? Why was your whole livelihood threatened when it came to taking that jab? What's up, Sean? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. He stings like a shrimp, and yet you are still here. But these are the paid players, y'all. That's why they're still here. It's not that they have a problem with what I'm saying. What it is these are paid players. This is why they come here. And you're right. 0 wars. But sometimes you have to go to war. It is what it is. Michael, that sounds good. But my thing is this. I want you to be honest with yourself. And Simpson, I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you think that there's enough loyalty? When people start talking about this black and white thing, it just makes it's funny to me. And I'm explaining to you why. It's funny to me. Nowhere in the world of history do people loyal to people. Nowhere in the world of history are people loyal to each other based on their skin color. If you start looking at a lot of these political politicians, and some of them have black skin, they have done more of selling out their own people than the ones they complain about. Just like the white ones do it, just like the black ones do it, they all do it. And it has nothing to do with skin color. It has nothing to do with skin color. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And I've watched black ones do their people just as dirty as the white ones do theirs. Honestly speaking, let me ask you, here's the thing with me. I don't look at people as leaders. And to that extent, God is my leader. But I don't look at people as, oh, we need to have black leaders. A leader is a leader. I don't give a darn what your skin color is. A leader is a leader. It's my point that I'm trying to make. Anything to make white people comfortable. Listen, Joyce is on my channel right now. Anything to make white people, see, this is, y'all keep bringing up skin color. I can care less about skin color. I am in my 50s. And the one thing I've dealt with the least is having issues because of my skin color. So y'all the ones keep bringing up skin color because y'all stuck on skin color. I'm not. I can care less. Oh, that's what's up, Sean. God bless you. God bless you, man. Real talk. God bless you. What's up, world away from here? 95. God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. No, it's all good, Sean. We appreciate you, man. And like I said, man, God bless you. I'm glad you got more clients, bro. That's again, that's a blessing. Don't pay attention to the rhetoric. That's what we do. That's what I do on my channel. I can care less. And one thing I love is a great story. And the fact that you landed 2 more clients, that's great. Kudos. Hopefully you hopefully you land 1,000 more. Real talk. You're doing right. I'm gonna move the goalposts when it comes to people that I actually see trying to do meaningful stuff. I don't care what the noise can go away. When it comes to somebody like Sean who's trying to build a business and trying to build a life for himself, I'm going to ignore the noise too. Excuse me. I'm going to ignore the noise to give the attention to something that's meaningful, because that man is in business. And he came to my channel and we had a conversation about him and helping him with his business. I know y'all don't think that, but that's what it is. So yeah, I will move the goalpost for somebody who needs help, real help, not propaganda, not noise like y'all come. I'm going to definitely move the goalpost because this is my channel. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you're welcome to go to another channel and go there. Normal people don't live stream. Normal people don't live stream. Here's my thing is this, is that they like this is what they thrive off of is this type of talk. They thrive off of it. Call me what you want. David, you can call me what you want to call me. One thing about me is that I can care less what people think of me. I really don't. My skin is thick, bro. I can care less. You can call me a clown, don't mean nothing. You call me a coon. Everything you said, I've heard it 1,000 times over. The clown, the coon, the Uncle Ruckus, every name you come up with, none of y'all got nothing original. Y'all all say the same stuff. Meanwhile, every community in the United States of America has been supporting the Democratic Party. Every black community in the United States of America has been supporting the Democratic Party by and large. And guess what? The Democratic Party, the actual politicians, their wealth is extremely high. But then look at the voters that have been supporting them all this time. Their wealth is extremely low. But yet, they keep saying the white man is the problem, but yet they keep supporting the party, the one that keeps stealing all the money from them and giving it to themselves and to their cronies. But I'm the problem. See, my thing is this. I saw what the Democratic Party is doing. That's why I refuse to support it. Everywhere they run, death, murder, crime, destruction. Everything they do, death, murder, crime, destruction. Because they work for Satan, that spirit follows them everywhere they go. That's why Philadelphia is what it is, because they work for Satan. That's why Chicago is what it is, because they work for Satan. That's why Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland is what it is, because they work for Satan. That's why Los Angeles is what it is, because they work for Satan. And I can go all the way across America and look at every way the Democrat run, and all you see is the attributes of Satan, which is lie, kill, steal, destroy. And everything you see in the Democratic Party is lie, kill, steal, destroy. I don't need a politician to tell me that. I see it. And you're right. They always bring up skin color because they can't help themselves. Trump is not my leader. He's the president. Trump is not my leader. Trump is the president of the United States. Although he is in leadership, he is not my personal leader. Christ is. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Christ is my leader. God is my leader. Trump is the president of the United States. And yes, he is leading. But I don't look to Trump for my everyday life. I look for Trump to do the job that he campaigned on. And I hope that he do the job that he campaigned on. And so far, he is doing the job that he campaigned on. That's it. I don't look for him for nothing else. You do your job, I do my job. And if you do your job and I do my job, I can benefit from you doing your job if you do it the way you said you're going to campaign on. And so far, I'm getting exactly what he campaigned on. Now, Costa, actually, he did know about it. And he did report it. That's the whole point. He did report it. That's the reason why he got banned from Mar-a-Lago. since you want to bring up that subject. That's the reason why he got banned. And if you look at the records, Trump was the one who triggered it, them to go after him. And then you look at the story of the people that Trump saved life because of what he was doing. I know y'all want to hear that because y'all like propaganda. Y'all like the lies. See, because when y'all work for Satan and you like lies, you're going to go gravitate to the lies and not stand for the truth. And again, congratulations, Sean. What name did I call you, David? Y'all calling me names. I ain't calling nobody nothing. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, I know Tampon Tim did withdraw. You know why he withdrew? You know why Tim withdrew? Bet on the Rams? Nah, I'm a Steelers fan. I can't bet on the Rams. Make sure y'all do a brother a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure y'all do a brother a favor. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Epstein framed people with video footage. That's a good possibility. I would say that. Yes, he is coming soon. I don't know when. We don't know when, but yes, Jesus is coming soon, and hopefully y'all ready. If you ain't, you better get ready. And for me personally, that just seemed funny. All right, for those that's on the live, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. What's up? What's up, Mark? How you doing? We're going to have a 30-second commercial, and we'll be right back. Real talk.
Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it, and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, B-O-T-T-U, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
And yes, thank y'all for holding in there. And if you go to Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare products, the link to the product is actually on my channel. If you use OG Network 26, that's OG Network 26, you will get a 15% discount on all y'all purchases. Sorry, y'all, but I'm a little I need some water. You'll get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more. If you go to my channel, there's a link to Top to Bottom website. That's the commercial that you just saw. If you get if you decide to go in and you purchase anything of $35 or more, you get a 15% discount on all your purchases. Yes, I use their hair care products. I use their skincare products. They make body wash, deodorant. They make different products for your hair growth. If you have some bald issues, they can probably help coach you through that if it's possible to restore your hair. The skincare stuff that I use, I get from them. They make their deodorant. They make candles. I burn their candles all the time, and I'm telling you, their candles are second to none. And I can contest to that because I've burnt their candles, and always every candle I've ever gotten from them, and I've gotten a lot so far, it has burnt from the beginning to the end of that candle, and the scent and the smell has always remained the same. So I am extremely happy with the products that I do get from them. My family is happy with the products that we get from them. So if you're looking for hair care products, you're looking for skincare products, body wash, or anything of that nature, Go check out Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare, and because they're partners with the OG Network, you get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more if you put in a promo code OG Network 26. That's OG Network 26. And I'm going to be getting out of here very, very soon because I got things I got to do. Yeah, Diddy messed himself up. Diddy messed himself up for beating on that woman. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I really did not follow none of the stuff when it came to Diddy. I didn't know whether he was guilty, not guilty. I'm not one of those people that follow people in Hollywood like that. I can care less. I don't. I can care less of what these people in Hollywood. I don't look at them for information. I don't look at them for knowledge. I don't look at them as if they're somebody superior over me. I can care less about Hollywood. So when people, actors, singers, and rappers and stuff like that, yes, I enjoy good movies. I enjoy good music, but their personal, like who they are personally, it resonates very little with me. And I think a lot of times people put too many of these people up on pedestals and they have expectations of that they don't have mess with them. Everybody got it. From the president on down got messed with them. That's real talk. Nobody's perfect. Not one. Thing is how much you're trying to do right and how much you're trying to do wrong. If the vast majority of you, a person's behavior is trying to do the right thing, I can rock with that. I don't look for perfection out of imperfect people. That's insane. It would be insane for me to look for perfection out of imperfect people. I expect imperfection because you're human. You're not going to get it right all the time. That's just the way things are. That's just the way things are. But there's some things that's just extreme. Letting men go in the women's bathroom and then threaten the people if they don't threaten the people as the president if they don't abide with it. It's tyranny. It's what it is. I don't care how anybody feels about it. That's tyranny. If I, as a president, say you're gonna have to let men go in the women's bathrooms, and I threaten your livelihood, and I threaten the school system, and I threaten them to pull funding for something that obnoxious, in my opinion, that's tyranny. And that's how you have to look at that. How can you have a wife and 2 daughters and be okay with that decision as a president? You know, I really didn't care for Obama, but when that happened, that was like, oh yeah, nah, bro. Like I can't even. And my thing is this: I've yet to see the black community really hold him accountable for that. Meanwhile, a whole lot of black women still supported and voted for the Democratic Party, but you never see the Democratic Party holding Obama accountable for that one. Where was the outrage with that? Where was all of the outrage of the black community, the men, and all this other, the Democratic Party, when Obama decided that it was okay for men to go into women's bathroom? Where was the outrage? Where was it? Why was not anybody outraged about that? How can you say you're here to protect women's rights, but yet you open the door for women to be violated in the most sensitive, fragile way to happen when they go into the bathroom? You gave men permission to go in the bathroom and violate women, all on the strength of they identify as the opposite sex. Come on now. You can't be that stupid. Oh, yeah, I think Joan Rivers was. They're not men if they identify as women. Yeah, right. Sure. Good job. Good luck with that one. Let me explain something to you. Real talk. They're women. I mean, women are women, men are men. So my thing is this. So all of those women that got violated in the bathrooms because they identified as women, meanwhile, they in the bathroom raping women. Just like when they put that so-called identified woman in the prison with women, and all those women ended up pregnant by one man who identified as a woman. See, that don't even make sense. It's perverted. That's what it is. Trans rights are human rights. You're not making sense. If it's human rights, then you don't need to say trans. That's where it don't make sense at. Human rights are human rights. You don't see us say, my thing is this, human rights apply to humans all across the board. You don't need to put the trans part in there. And my thing is the fact that you're using the word trans, meaning that you're trying to transfer from one thing to another. That don't always mean you're successful. So if I got a car that has an engine, that transfer and then a transmission, that transfer the energy from the engine to the rear, it still doesn't make it an engine. It's still a transmission. Just because you call yourself something that you're not doesn't make you that. If you're a man and you identify as a woman, all right, produce some eggs to make babies. Produce some eggs to make babies naturally, even though you can't do it one way or the other. Your bone structure will not allow you to carry babies. So none of what you're saying has anything to do with that. And then the fact that you got to go to a doctor and try to physically try to transfer yourself to something that you're not is, again, tells you that you're not what you think you are in your head. You can't be a woman. A man will never be a woman, and a woman will never be a man, no matter what way you try to spin it. A man will never be a woman, and a woman will never be a man. I don't care what somebody lied to you in your head and tell you. It can't happen. And honestly speaking, all that says is that you hate humanity. For someone to want to be something that they're not means you hate humanity, because you chose to not participate in the natural thing that being human gave you, which is creating children through sex. The minute you decide you want to be with the same sex, you don't like humanity. But these are the very same people that always want to abort children too. But they always trying to act like they're so humane. But you choose not to do the natural thing and recreate children through sex with the opposite sex. But then turn around and want to try to adopt other people's children so you can, wow. How about just go and get a woman and be with a woman, go with a man, and a man go get a woman and do it on your own? A surrogate has nothing to do with that. Hold on, let me go back. First of all, you're not right about anything. If you talk about a man can be a woman, you're already wrong. If someone calls himself, let me go back to this one. We're going to address this one. I'm going to go down the list. If someone calls themselves a woman, how does that affect me? What are you talking about? See, this is where I know something's off in your head. If someone calls themselves a woman and they are a man, they are a liar. That's how it affects you. They're lying to you. Listen, if someone calls themselves a woman and they are born a man, you already know that they are a liar, because they're lying to you. Listen, this is how much they think you're an idiot, because they're lying to you in your face like as if you don't know what they are. But let's move on to the next one. But again, being a surrogate is not the same. It is not the same. And then, again, What does that have to do with somebody identifying as a man identifying as a woman, or a woman identifying as? What does that have to do with one have to do with another? Neither one is not even the same. That's how stupid that sounds. You saying that I'm dumb, but what you saying is stupid. How does a surrogate has anything to do with that? If I say, if I'm a man, naturally born as a man, and I turn around and tell you I'm a woman, what does that have to do with a surrogate? And you saying I'm the dumb. Wow. At this point, there's no even point in entertaining, because obviously you missed it. And you keep putting the same statement in there. You're not making sense. One don't have to do nothing to do with the other. A surrogate mother is not the same. And someone identifying as a man, or somebody identifying as a woman, that's not. What did that one don't have nothing to do with the other? And please do me a favor, either put something in there, I'm gonna ban you. Stop putting the same comment in there, or I'm gonna ban you. So you got a choice. All right, at this point, I'm done. Now, you're not saying nothing other than that. I addressed it. Now go. Snoop Dogg hated Trump and then woke up. Yep. And listen, here's the thing. Snoop Dogg hated Trump for a lot of reasons why a lot of people hated Trump. Because they believe what the media and the social media and all of these Democrats and all of these people were saying. That's why they hated Trump. But when they start to really deep dive into it, they realize that all of that stuff that they were saying was a bunch of lies and bullcrap. And that's why he flipped the script. Same thing. Now, Ice Cube, he was right. And my thing is this, is that y'all don't understand something. Here's my point. Let's go back to this. Y'all seen Jennifer Lopez get up on stage and boo-hoo cry, right? Boo-hoo cry. Always Trump wins. He's not going to protect women. Boo-hoo cry about all of this stuff that she got up there and said, right? Where was all those tears when Diddy was doing what he was doing? Where was all that? Where was all of that from Jennifer Lopez when Diddy was doing all the stuff that he was doing? Where was all of that when Obama decided that it was okay for men to go into women's bathroom? Where was all that energy then? Where was all these tears at? Why wasn't she crying for those people? Why wasn't she crying at that moment? Why hasn't she fought to make sure Diddy paid for the stuff that he did? Where was all of that? All that energy Jennifer Lopez had up on that stage, where was all of that when Diddy was doing what he was doing? She was in a relationship with this dude. She know what he was doing. But where was all that then? What's up out the pit? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. First of all, Republicans did not say that they did not want poor Americans to have SNAP. The Democratic Party, just so you know, was the ones that held up all of the SNAP benefits for Americans. Now, number two, I don't agree with all the people that's on SNAP getting SNAP benefits. I totally have a problem with the way even Americans are taking advantage and manipulating the system of getting SNAP benefits. So I am 100% in agreement with we need to restructure that and stop letting people making SNAP benefits a lifestyle. So I'm 100% with that. I don't care, Republican or Democrat. I don't agree with people making SNAP benefits a lifestyle. But now, again, the ignorance is this. You keep talking about Venezuelan, right? But there's always a benefit to America. If you look at how Venezuelan got to where they at, America had a lot to do with that. And you need to go look at what happened between the two countries to where it got to right now. White's been having, I ain't got nothing, what I said ain't got nothing to do with white or black. I said, I disagree with the SNAP benefits, people making SNAP benefits a lifestyle. Once again, y'all always bring up skin color. I never said skin color. This is my point. I don't care what skin color the person is. I disagree with making SNAP benefits a lifestyle. So it needs to be restructured, where people are not sucking the system dry out of my tax dollars that's going to people that refuse to get up and go to work on a day-to-day basis. That's the point that I'm making. You have a problem with them using tax money to assault on foreign nations and charge drug trafficking. That's a victimized crime. It is issue. And so you okay with the dictator over there terrorizing the community? So this is where y'all get mixed up at. So you okay with it? But all right. So if you got a problem with that, why did not you have a problem with Joe Biden being a dictator right here in America? Why do you not have a problem with the people that's right here in America taking advantage of the system? Again, you keep bringing up skin color. I'm not talking about skin color. I don't care if they white. I don't care if they black. Wrong is wrong. I don't want it to be a lifestyle for nobody. I want you to get up and go to work like I have to. So make it make sense. Let me explain something to you, since you don't know this, and I need you to go look it up. When Venezuela, back in years ago, I'm gonna say about 25 years, I might be a little off on that number, but the reason why they know they able to get that oil out of there in Venezuela is because of America. The reason why Venezuelans have access to the oil that they always had is because America went over there, took our equipment over there, and showed them how to get it. So if it's anybody that should be getting any benefits from Venezuela as it relates to relationship, it should be America, because if it wasn't for America, their dollar would be worthless. America was the one that helped them along the way, and they let a dictator take over. So that's why Donald Trump had to go and fix the problem, which the Democratic Party refused to do. They talked about doing it, but they didn't actually do it. So you need to go find out first. Stop listening to these people lie to you and tell you this stuff. They wouldn't have access to that oil if it not be for America. And Americans tax there paying dollars. Sending Americans over there to dig up and take equipment to get that out that ground. So if there's anybody that should benefit from Venezuela oil and fuel and all that stuff, it should be America. Because it's America is a reason why they have access to it. Yeah, it probably would. I don't know. When it comes to the Epstein stuff, honestly, all I care about, and I always say this, if there's anybody touching children, that's where I got the problem at. I don't care about adults doing what adults do with each other. If they okay with it, whatever. That's your business. Wrong is wrong, right is right. I don't care about these adults and what they do amongst each other. I can care less. I can care less. But what I do care about is if you touching children, off with your head. I don't care who you are, from the president on down. If they find out for real and they got 100% proof that somebody's touching children and violating children, then it is what it is. Off with your head. But the oil is Venezuela's. That I didn't say that it wasn't Venezuela. My point is they would never have access to it if it not be for America. That's the point that I'm making. So let me ask you a question, Michael Simpson. Let's just say you was the person that invented cars, right? Or you was trying you needed the help trying to make a car. And then someone comes along and shows you can make the car, but you don't know how to make the engine to make it run. Someone comes along and show you how to build and make engines. Shouldn't they benefit from the fact that they helped you? Should not they benefit from the fact that they helped you build what it is that you have to build the car? Because they showed you how to make the engine to make it run. That's the point that I'm making. Not forever. And we didn't do it forever. That's the whole point, Mike. We didn't. But we let them have their country. And look what happened. Now we had to go help them liberate their country again, which we should have been did. It shouldn't have took Trump. They should have did it under the Biden administration, but they didn't. They talked about doing it, but they didn't do nothing about it. Yes, America has helped a lot of other countries. And I'm not saying America don't have no dirt with them. That's not what I'm saying. I know America got some dirt with them too. We know that. But I'm not going to exclude the fact that America has helped a lot of other countries too. I'm not going to sit there and exclude the fact that America might, we got some dirt with us too. But I'm not going to also just exclude the fact that America has done some great stuff for people too. That's the point that I'm making. I'm not going to ignore one and keep screaming the other. And that is my point. My point is, if you're from America and you're an American citizen, stop listening to these politicians and let them lie to you about bullcrap. That's it. Stop letting them lie to you about bullcrap. Pull yourself out of your feelings. Stop worrying about skin color. Get out of that. If you're an American citizen, get out of the skin color. Because what they really doing, ask yourself this, real talk, real seriously, real talk. Regardless of anything I'm saying or anything anybody has said, if you, let's just say you're 30 years old, ask yourself the real question. How really does your skin color, how much does it really affect your life? Or are you just jumping on board with a popular conversation? How much does racism really affect your life? Let's be real. Since y'all always bringing up skin color, it amazes me. But the real truth of the matter is this. Ask yourself, how often do you really deal with that stuff on a regular basis? You don't. And if you come in here and you say you do, you're lying. Because you don't. Because if you say you do, you're full of crap. And I'm going to tell you don't. Because most of us go about our business every single day. Listen to what I'm trying to tell y'all. And most of us go about our business every single day. The last thing that we're worried about in our head is racism. That is on the lowest of the bottom pole. The first thing you get up in the morning, you're worrying about washing your behind. That's the first thing hopefully you're worrying about, washing your behind. Or whatever it is time you get up. You got your family, make sure everybody's good, wash your behind. That's your livelihood, your home. Everything that goes on in your house. You get what I'm saying? Now, after that, if you got a job, you worry about getting up and go to work. I got to get up, go to work, do my job. That's what you worry about. You out and you worry about if you got a car, you're going to get up and your car got to start, get you to work, whatever it is. You're worrying about your everyday life. You got to pay your bills, electric bill, gas bill. If you got your own business, you got to run your own business. There's so many things that happens in your head on a day-to-day basis. And guess what? Racism is not one. I can tell you there's not one. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I have let people put that type of stuff in my head. And at some point, I had to go back and look and really, really think and backtrack and say, wait a minute. It's more noise than it is anything. And I'm not saying racism don't exist. That's not the point that I'm making. Don't get me wrong. I know it does. My point to you is that is not the major subject. They're making it a major subject. The media and all of these people with the propaganda is making a major subject. But if you ask yourself individually, how often do you deal with that? You're going to say very, very little throughout my life. That is the point that I'm making. $50 Cent was a Trump supporter, but backed out of promotion Trump during the election because Eminem told him not to. Weird words. Well, my thing is this. I'm going to be honest with you, Mark. I have to agree with 50 Cent. And I'm going to tell you why I agree with 50 Cent. I'm going to tell you why I agree with 50 Cent. When you're a person, and this is where you got to be smart about the value of what you do, right? If 50 Cent had to look at the long-term cost of what he may do, because at the end of the day, he's an artist. He makes movies. He makes songs. He makes this and stuff like that. And if 50 Cent was decided to support Trump, he don't know what the long-term effect that it might have had on what he does for a living. So it was smart to me from 50 Cent's perspective to just stay out of it and go on and do business. I agree with him. Because sometimes you don't understand the long-term effects of making that type of decision, because it could have been a career killer for him. And if you're not 100% sure the effects that it may have, then I agree with 50 Cent. Stay out of it. I agree with him. Now, you can go vote how you vote, but you don't have to publicly make that statement because you don't know what the detrimental it may have on your career. So although I think 50 Cent probably did vote for Trump, I agree with him making that decision. And I don't think it was so much about just what Eminem said. I think it was more of a smart business decision to say, you know what? I'm not sure the long-term effects that this might have, so it's best that I just don't. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure I'm right. I'm just saying that's just my opinion. So I agree with it. Yep, kids don't see skin color. Right. Try sending drugs to our country now, Venezuela. Yeah, Trump, honestly speaking, Trump has a whole lot of black friends. See, when you understand something about black people, there are black people that are in politics, but most of us, we ignore politics. We try to stay away from it. Right. And see, look, and Out the Piss making a good point right here. He says, smart move, 50 Cent, look at Nicki Minaj. Now, here's the thing. And honestly, I think Nicki Minaj was smart to do it when she did it. See, timing also has a factor in this too. Nicki Minaj is at the point of her career where she probably ain't even worrying about the distance of where her career go. Now, again, does not mean that 50 was right. It just means I think it was a smart move on 50 Cent's behalf. Now, here's the thing. Let's look at Elon Musk. And this is why I say you got to kind of look at it. If you look at Elon Musk, he jumped on the Trump train, right? Elon Musk listen, he's selling more electric cars now than he did under the Trump train than he did when he was under Biden. You know why? Because they're not trying to force it down your throat. They're not trying to force it. They're letting people have the option. He had to go back to being competitive. And my thing is this. And not once did Trump do anything that was favoritism to Elon Musk, even though he was supporting his campaign. He still turned around and said, nope, we're not doing that. We're going to bring back the V8 no matter what you say. Yeah, and my thing is this, you have to make an assessment of your career. You got to make an assessment, is it worth it to you or not? And I'm going to be honest with you. People are always trying to say Kanye West is unstable. I don't think nothing is unstable about Kanye West. I'm going to be honest with you. I think Kanye West knew exactly. Notice how quiet Kanye West is now. Kanye West wanted to free himself. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, Barrel. I think Kanye West wanted to free himself up out of that industry altogether. And I think Kanye West did a lot of strategic moves. I think he was intentional in what he was doing so that he can just live a more, and try to produce a most calmest, out of the media lifestyle that he can produce for himself. I think he wanted to try to go quiet in the night as much as he can. I think Kanye West found a way to outsmart most people. Most of them. And he wanted out. And he was willing to sacrifice as much as possible to get out. As far as he could. He's Kanye West, so it ain't so far you're going to be able to go with that. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. But when you're trying to get out of something, sometimes if you look at somebody's strategic moves, you start to realize that, man, this looks intentional. And he already know how the media, when you start to refuse to do certain things, they will try to publicly embarrass you because this is their play. They'll publicly embarrass you and try to paint a picture of you that might not be exactly true, but to make you look as crazy as possible so people will think that you're crazy. He knew their play. And I think he played right into it. So that he can pull himself as far as he can get out of it. So that he can live as close to a normal life as possible. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm right. This is just how I see the moves that he made because it was quick, decisive, and on point. And you're right. And that's just me. And this is just my opinion. So like I said, when it comes to 50 Cent, I think Nicki Minaj has already had her career. I think Nicki Minaj already knows she done peaked out. And I'm not saying she don't have nothing left in the tank. I'm just saying I think Nicki Minaj know that her season and she's already done peaked out. So it's not as much of a risk for Nicki Minaj. Now, as far as the people following her and people hating her, you're going to lose that. But the thing with Nicki Minaj is she's going to gain from another side where she's going to lose on that side. That's the only thing about Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I don't know. I mean, but that's just my take on it. I'm not saying I'm right. Let me ask you a question. If Trinity, if you was the one that let's say you was Elon Musk. Trinity, let's take Elon Musk out the picture and let's put you there. Are you a monster because people say you are? Are you a monster because people say you are? Trinity, since you say that wealthy people are monsters, let me explain something to you. And I don't know. I can't. This is not about defending wealthy people. But being wealthy is not what makes you a monster. You're a monster. We got monsters that are broke. You get what I'm saying? We got monsters that are broke. The most heinous things that people have done to people was poor people. Because they refuse to go work for it. They want to take it from somebody else that was willing to do the work to get there. That's heinous. That's a heinous subject. So when you say that, the amount of money a person has does not dictate so much about what they are. You know what I mean? If you go look at the prison system and you go look at people who have done some of the most heinous things, they wasn't wealthy. They was broke. They was poor. If you listen, Trinity, listen what I'm trying to tell you. And I don't know what your lifestyle is. I don't know what anything else. But I'm going to tell you this truth, and this is a factual fact. If you want to obtain wealth in America, there is nothing in America stopping you. I'm telling you this from a fact. There is nothing in America stopping you from obtaining wealth, and your skin color is not a hindrance. I'm living proof that your skin color is not a hindrance. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's what you do on a day-to-day basis with your time is going to be the factor to determine what your outcome in life is going to be. If you spend your time bull crapping, that's what you're going to get out of it. If you spend your time making money, you're probably going to make some money. If you spend your time trying to build an industry, you're probably going to build one. If I go plant oranges everywhere, eventually I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of oranges. That's just the way it is. Hold up. No, not to change the subject, but what do you think about Glock Generation 6? Honestly, I'm not a Glock fan. Real talk. I don't own no Glocks. I'm not a fan of Glocks. They're firearms. That's just me personally. I think a lot of people like them. I think for those that do, so I'm not the person. The point is, I'm not the person that asks for an opinion on the Gen 6 Glock because I'm personally not a fan of Glock firearms. So that's why I say I'm not. So here's the thing. He probably, if we ever get Justice on the show again, he probably will be the best one to ask because I think he might be a fan of Glocks. I'm just not a fan of Glocks. I don't even own none. Yeah, you're right, Out. Most people are. First of all, Elon Musk did pay the tax. See, this is where y'all listen to propaganda all the time. And honestly speaking, Elon Musk was the single most highest taxpayer in America at one point. And I'm not, this is not against you, Mark, but Elon Musk, if you go look up the tax structure in America, at one point, Elon Musk paid more taxes than anybody in America. The thing I liked about Trump is this. And then I'm not trying to move the goalpost, but what I'm trying to say is the thing I like about it is that Trump did not give him anything just because he supported his campaign. He said, you can come here, but one thing I'm not going to let you do is lobby for what you want. And I think Elon Musk thought he was joking. And then he found out later that Elon Musk wasn't joking. I mean, that Trump wasn't joking. And that's why he didn't make any decision do anything favoritism-wise to help Elon Musk's business. He did not let Elon Musk lobby for what he wanted. And that's the one thing I respect about him. And I think Elon Musk got mad, but eventually he came around and they still cool. But I think that he still thought that maybe he could lobby for something with Trump, and Trump was like, nah, we're not doing that. And that's why I respect the fact that Trump is doing the best that he can to do the right job by the people, is because when you have somebody as powerful as Elon Musk, who got the money to Elon Musk, because he can buy Trump a whole lot of, he got way more money than Elon Musk do. But still, and then Elon Musk spent a lot of money helping Trump campaign, but Trump still turned around and said, no, I'm not doing that. My job is to do the right thing by the people. Not by you, by the people. He said, my job is to give power back to where it belongs, the people. If you look at the United States Constitution, the people rule, not government. We supposed to know what government is doing. Government ain't supposed to know what we're doing. But for far too long, we have been giving government the power over the people when the people are supposed to have the power over the government. That's the way it's supposed to be. If you look at the Constitution, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's why we don't have kings and rulers. We have elected officials. And when they start to go sideways and start doing things for their personal gain, we should all have a problem with that. Because their job isn't to go in there and enrich themselves politically. Their job is to go in there and be a servant to the people. But for far too long, they've been going in office and enriching themselves. And they got everybody else out here arguing about skin color, arguing about where you stand, Democrat or Republican, and all this other stuff, while they're still going into office and enriching themselves off of your tax dollars. None of them are actually living off the paycheck that they're supposed to live off of. All of them are finding political ways and getting lobbyists to fund their campaign and make all of this money and scam the system out of money politically. And we mad at each other, but not mad at them. That's why they want you to hate Trump so badly, is because he's the one person who's not taking a paycheck, not that no president ever did. He's not getting paid to do none of what he's doing. He's doing it all for free. And for the ones that's making the whole noise, why none of them are sacrificing their paychecks? And for the ones that keep talking all of that noise, when they was talking about the SNAP benefits and stuff that's going away, why they didn't stop their paychecks? The military was a possibility of not getting paid, but none of the politicians was going to surrender their paychecks. None of them surrendered their paychecks, did they? See, my thing is this. The one rule I think we should have in Washington today, if the government shuts down, guess who should not be the first not to get paid? All politicians. Every politician across the board, if the government ever gets shut down, the first paychecks that stop is theirs. That's it. If the government ever shuts down, the first paychecks that stop from the president on down through Congress and everybody else is politicians. And guess what else should happen? All of their bank access, all of their wealth and money should freeze until government opens back up. And the second thing I think should happen, if inflation ever reaches another point, all members of Congress should be fired. Automatically. If the United States economy and inflation goes too far, everybody in Congress should be fired. Removed from their position automatically. And I guarantee you this, they'll start doing a better job. And that's real talk. They'll start doing a better job because no one has been more irresponsible with money than the government. No one has been more irresponsible with firearms than the government. They are the problem. And we need to pay more close attention to what they're doing. And for anybody else that's on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. I got to get ready to get out of here. But again, for those that are left on the live, please check out top to bottom hair and skincare products. You get a 15% discount on all your purchases of $35 or more. And when I tell you they make the best products out there on the market as it relates to hair care products, skincare products, it's just my opinion. Hair care products, skincare products, body wash, deodorant, they got you from head to toe. They got something for you, and smells too, because they got deodorant, they got perfumes, colognes, all types of stuff going on. You need to check out their website. And if you're not sure where to find the website, you can click the website. It's right there on my page. You'll find their website to their channel right here on my page, right here on Ron's Opinion Don't Matter, the OG network. And if you make any purchase of $35 or more, you get a 15% discount on your purchase. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, we get ready to run that commercial. But outside of anything and everything I said, make sure y'all making Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. And that's real talk. Ron's opinion don't matter with a whole lot of stuff. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. But the one opinion that I stand on wholeheartedly is making Jesus Christ your Lord and your Savior. That I stand on 100. And that's real talk. Ron's opinion don't matter. But when it comes to having a relationship with Jesus Christ, that is the one opinion that I stand on 100%. And with that said, I hope and pray that everybody have a blessed, wonderful day. Hopefully y'all enjoying your life. And until next time, peace.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.